Today, we're making gilded collage. I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful pieces and 5 different ways you can use them inside of your junk journal. So I'm going to start with ordinary book pages. These are all vintage books that I picked up at the thrift store. And what I was looking for here for my project was different languages. I have Russian, German, and an Italian to English dictionary. And I wanted the text to kind of fill the page. I wanted it to be fully side to side. So not a lot of graphs or charts or things you would find in a more technical book. So I've cut my pages out of the books. And what I'm going to do is just tear all of the edges off. You can see I've done quite a few ahead of time. I'm tearing right along the text. I want to have the text go all the way to the edge. You could use these hard edges if you want, but I kind of wanted that torn, funky edge for the collage because I think with the gold on the edges, it just really brings kind of a agate or gilded gold leaf kind of look to the project. So this is what I have whenever I'm done tearing off the edges. I am going to save all of my edges. I haven't decided what I'll do with them yet, but I've got a pile of them off to the side here. I'm going to continue tearing the edges off of however many pages I feel like I need, and then I'll move on to the next step. So next I'm going to work on tearing a lot of these pages down even more. I am going to pick a few that I like the look of and leave them whole to use as entire backgrounds. So let me get kind of one of each, and I'm just going to set those to the side. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to start tearing these down. So I might just tear some in half and one of each tear in half. So these could decorate or even be pockets or something like that. And then I think I'll tear some in half long ways. Maybe I'll make a snippet strip, or I don't know. I don't know what all I'm going to do. I am going to use these at the end of the video. So I'm going to do several different projects with these and show you what you can do with them. And then the rest, I'm going to just kind of tear them. That's where I'm embracing the chaos. I'm just going to tear them into chunks, irregular sizes, irregular shapes, and just make a whole pile of little pieces. Now this is where you can really start personalizing this project. I'm going to use watercolor to add a little color. You can skip this step entirely. I also have some of the Inktense blocks. These are the Inktense sticks that you can use the same as watercolor. Just get them wet and run your brush over it and apply it to your paper. Here's a little peek at the cover. And these are permanent, unlike watercolor, which is water soluble. So once these are on, they're done, which is really nice. So you can lock that color in. But I'm going to stick with my inexpensive watercolors today. So I've got a cup of water, and I'm going to start with one of these strips here. And I'm going to go with blue. So I'm going to grab a little dropper and add that water to my blue. And then I'm dipping my brush in, and I'm going to add some water to my paper in a couple of spots. I'm just kind of splotching it on. And I'm going to come in and hit those damp areas with my watercolor paint. You can put your paint on as heavy color-wise or as light color-wise as you want. This is your project. You can do it however it floats your boat. This looks pretty good to me. Just some little splotches, and I'm going to set this to the side and let it dry. And then I'm going to repeat that for all of these. And I'm going to try to get some of the color all the way up to the edges. When I originally did this project, I had put the watercolor paint on after I put on the gold gilding, and some of it went over the gilding and then it kind of dulled it. So I decided to swap it around and do the paint first, let that dry, and then I'll come back in with my gold paint to do the edges. So I'm going to do all of these and then I'll come back with the next step. All right, so I've got my big pile of paper scraps here ready to go, and I'm going to be using Artist Loft gold paint. This is old gold from Michaels. You can use any metallic paint that you want. I'm sure this would look great with copper. Silver might work as well, but it's not going to show up as well on a light paper, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to apply the paint with a makeup brush. I just like the fluffy texture of it. I'm using an e.l.f. makeup brush I picked up at Target. And I'm just going to put a blob of my gold paint right in a lid. This is just a plastic takeout container lid that I had left over. And I like to wear a glove. You can see I've done a little bit of this before because the paint will get all over my fingers and I just don't want that mess today. I've got my glove on and I'm keeping my brush dry, and I'm just going to grab one of my pieces of paper. I'm going to tamp my brush down in this gold paint. You can see how much I have on the bristles, and I'm going to just apply that gold paint right to the edges. I'm going to use quite a bit, but not so much that it blobs up on the paper. So here it is with the edges done. You can also take your paint and do the whole thing. That book text will still show through the paint a little bit, and this will make for some interesting pieces to mix into your collage. So don't be afraid to paint over the whole thing. I'm still getting a little bit of that blue paint. I'm still getting the book texture. It's just giving me another variation to put into my collage. So now I am going to put the gold paint on the edges of all my paper, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so I've got all my paper scraps ready to go. They're all painted with my blue watercolor and my gold paint on the edges. I did hit the centers a little bit on some of these. I just took my brush after I was done painting and kind of dabbed in the middle. So for me, the next step is going to be to add some glitter. I'm using Mod Podge Mega Glitter in gold. This does come in silver, and I think there's an iridescent. There might be other colors, but I like this product because once I paint it on, it doesn't rub off. I'm not getting a lot of glitter shedding everywhere. So this is a great product if you are like me and like a lot of glitter but don't like a lot of mess. The application for this is super simple. I am just going to open the jar, and I've got a flat brush this time. You can see that. And I'm just going to dip right into the jar and start brushing it on. I'm not going to coat the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of put it here and there just to add a little bit of sparkle and shine. You can go all the way to the edges if you want to hit some of those edges, or kind of stay in the middle. That's totally up to you. And here's a quick peek at my workspace with all of my pieces laid out to dry. Now that I have all of my pieces finished, I'm ready to start doing some fun things with them. For my first couple of ideas, I'm going to do some work inside my journal. This is my current journal. It has a magical library theme. So these pieces are going to be perfect for inside of here. I've selected a page that just has a print on it, and I'm going to pick one of my larger collage pieces. I'm going to glue this down right in the center of the page, and I'm going to use my Oohoo glue stick to do that. So I'm just going to get a nice even layer of glue on the back of my collage paper and place it in the center of the page. I've decided to add a pocket to this page, and I'll be able to tuck some ephemera into this later on when I'm decorating this journal. For my second idea, I looked for a page that didn't have a lot going on the front and the back side. I wanted to take one of the long strips that I made and wrap it around that edge of the page to create a collage detail on both sides. Once I got that in place, I added a tab from one of my kits on top of it, and now I have a cute little edge detail. Those first two ideas were really simple, using a single piece of our collage paper, and now I want to do something a little more. I've grabbed some food packaging, an old cracker box, and it has that craft paper on the back side, and I'm going to collage the entire printed side, the side that shows the actual crackers, with my pieces. I'm going to make sure that my collage pieces go all the way to the edges and hang over just a little bit. Once I get my cracker box entirely covered, I'm going to flip it over and trim off all of the overlapping pieces. I'll save all of my scraps so I can work them into other collage pieces. Once the collage work is dry, you can cut it down into tags. I've decided to cut mine in half long ways and then take one of those pieces and cut it in half again. I've decided to leave the other half long and use it as a bookmark. You can then embellish these any way that you want. You can cut the corners, add eyelets, add other decorations, and really make these tags sing in your journal. For my fourth project, I'm again looking for a page that doesn't have a lot going on with it. I want one with writing space because I'm going to use vellum to overlay this panel, and I think some writing is going to look really pretty through here. So I'm marking my vellum, and then I'm going to cut it down so that it fits that little panel on my junk journal page. Once I have it trimmed, I'm just going to lay a few pieces of collage paper right around the edges and then trim those up. I use some fabric to create a tab and to secure the panel to the page. And I embellish it with a little bit of packing paper that I crumpled up and added distressing to, and some really pretty sequin trim. I'm super happy with how this flip came out. For my fifth and final project of this series, I'm going to make some clusters. I'm going to start with some packing paper with that little bit of distress ink on it, and then layer my gilded collage pieces over that. I'm going to add a little bit of a textile I picked up at Joann's, as well as some fussy cuts from one of my kits. These are going to make great accent pieces for some of the book pages that are in my journal. I hope you've enjoyed this gilded collage tutorial and that you'll find ways to use this technique in your own junk journals. Please leave a comment down below and let me know how you would use these. If you're interested in any of the digitals that you've seen used in this video, you can find links to all of them in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, please do be sure to like and subscribe to help support my channel and be notified when new videos are available. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.